Hello, I just want to do a quick overview of my M62 I just picked up. Didn't see a whole lot of information on certain functions and features, and especially some of the optional equipment that comes with this unit. So I figured I'd make a video and see if anybody else out there was interested in knowing any of those functions, features, controls, and so forth. So that's kind of what this video is going to be an overview on. So just giving a quick look on the back, I got the auxiliary hydraulics to run top tilt and breaker. Got the hydraulic thumb for the rear. And then this is the box blade. You can see the hydraulic rippers on there. Something else that I didn't know until I actually ordered this, since I didn't see it until after I picked it up, is the rear gate actually comes up to act sort of like a land plane. So you kind of get two tools in one. Haven't quite played with that yet, so I'll probably do that in a follow-up video and show how that works, as well as the rippers, as well as the top and tilt and some of that. On my previous tractor, I didn't have that option or availability. Just working way around, you can see the hydraulic thumb, which I've played around with just briefly around here, and that's been quite a useful attachment. And then the backhoe does come off. I'll probably do a video on how to do the switch out between the backhoe and the box blade. And then you can see the three control levers, which control the valving body up there. And then just working your way around, I've got some auxiliary weights. I'll probably come in later on and fill the tires with like rim guard or another ballast. It's a little bouncy, but overall it's been pretty good. And I've got the 84-inch bucket. I was going to go with the hydraulic quick coupler in the front, but they weren't able to get it in time for me to come pick it up. And then we also got the third function kit. So pretty much all the features, and at some point I'll probably do a video showing how to do the install on the hydraulic front couplers, because that's one of those things I really wanted to have. One of the other accessories is the mounting location for the 3-point hardware. So if you do get that 3-point hardware mounting kit, that goes right there. Now, because I got the top and tilt, it does get a fully separate set of 3-point linkage, cylinders, hoses, and so forth. And unfortunately, from what I've heard, that does not mount there. So I'll have to see what I'm going to do with that as far as transporting and go from there. So just coming up here, we have the 4-wheel and 2-wheel positions, and then you have the rear differential locking, so you just step on that. You have your seat stop adjustment, your weight adjustment, and then coming over here, you have your two pedals for your brakes, left and right, which is pretty standard. And then you pull up on this to actually lock the brakes. Then you have a tilt adjustment for your steering column. You have a fast and a slow, which is part of the HST adjustment. And then moving on here, you have your low, medium, high range, as well as your adjustment for your box blade or whatever rear attachment you're going to do on your 3-point. Then coming over to the bottom, this right here is for the self-leveling kit. So if you have it in the down position, it basically allows you to go into the automatic tilt function, so that as it comes up, like if you're running pallet forks and so forth, it will bring it up level as you go up and down. If you bring it into the up position, it's just like a standard loader where you're going to have to basically control the tilt as it's coming up and down. And then you have an auto throttle switch right here, which brings it up to 4 RPM. If you're doing loader function or anything like that, you can use it for that. And then your third function controls are going to be right here for like a grapple or whatever device you have on the front. Coming over to the console, you have your on, your basically key switch. You have your diesel particulate controls here. You have your auto throttle advanced, so what that does is if you're pushing into a pile and it starts getting low on power, it'll automatically bring that up. You can turn that on and off. You also see it's in rabbit mode right now, and you have stall guard. You also have a set of display, which will go through different menus, your average, fuel consumption, things like that, PTO, settings, HST modes, responsive modes, things like that I haven't really gone into yet. I'll probably go into more detail on that later on. And then your fuel gauge, your temperature, battery, and RPM, standard stuff. Cup holder here, which is kind of nice. And then you also have your crawl function, which is really nice. One of the reasons I got this was that if you're doing backhoe work and you need to move the tractor forward or back, you basically will push this button right here in on the side and then push it back or push it forward, depending on which direction you want to go. When I first got it, I didn't notice there was a little button on the side you had to do to be able to get it to actually move. Then you have your your throttle control right here for your engine RPMs. If we go around, you have your forward and reverse treadle pedal, which is nice. And then there's a little lever right here. Lift that up, and that allows you to flip the seat around. It's not a whole lot of room, at least for me, to be able to swing the seat around when you go into the backhoe position, unless I stand up off of it. I guess if you really didn't care about kicking the fenders, you could probably get around, but it's not a huge amount of clearance. When we come over to here, we have the backhoe controls, which are pretty standard. You have basically your boom controls for pushing out, pushing in, or excuse me, you have left and right swing, and then you have your boom down, boom up, and then boom out, boom back in, and then your curl in and curl out. Then these are the controls for your stabilizing braces. So basically push in, push out for lowering and lifting those. And then over here on the side you have a pedal to control the hydraulic thumb. So you basically control that with your foot. So kind of frees up everything nicely. If you have any questions, feel free to give me some comments. I'll be more than happy to go over any questions and see if anybody else has any other follow-up videos on this. But I'm just kind of doing this, see what people, if anybody else cares about this type of stuff. You can see here we have the light kits on here as well, and then the lock for the boom, which since this has been sitting I probably won't be able to, but you basically pull this back to unlock and push it forward to lock it back up.